You're a great coach. You know almost everything about the game, but you are stuck coaching teams that are lower level and you only get low tier tryouts. You grind every day making real impact, but the opportunities to level up are not given. You want to prove yourself, but how? In this video, we're showing you how to network in esports as an esports coach so you can break through. Because getting to your next level is not about being good at coaching alone. It's about positioning yourself like a pro through networking. Over the years, I've met a lot of great esports coaches. Sometimes I was even surprised why they are coaching for free or at a lower competitive level. They know the game basically inside out and have a good personality and some good talent in coaching. They watch every scrim, build a detailed plan and actually make players better. And still, most of them are stuck at the same lower tier teams for years. They get no offers, no tryouts, no contract, and not the respect they deserve, and no real shot at leveling up. Now, why is that? Because simply put, having coaching skills is just simply not enough. At some point, you start believing it is your fault, that you think that you are not good enough, or that you have a bad timing, or you only believe you can get to a higher level when you win more tournaments or become first in your competition. But deep down, you already know the truth about esports. Esports does not reward greatness in skill alone. Maybe for players that is, but you are not a player. You are a coach, and that is for sure different. And possibly you are the best kept secret out there. What it is all about, it is about your visibility. It's about connection. It's about putting yourself on the map, being visible for others. Most coaches are simply waiting to get noticed, waiting for an opportunity to come across their path, waiting for a player to recommend them. But if you're waiting, you're actually losing. Look at the coaches that you know right now, that you know that they grew fast or went way faster past you in terms of like their experience and maybe their game knowledge and skills, right? They're not always the most skilled. They are for sure the most connected, the most visible, the most invested in the ecosystem. They don't just simply coach, they also lead with everything that they do, not only with coaching, but everything. They don't know the game, right? They just build relationships on top of the game that they know. They don't just hope, they position themselves to receive more opportunities. So if you're watching this and thinking you are stuck or don't know how to network, what to say, how to connect and get a start or a head start compared to other coaches who are not watching this video, well, you're in luck, because keep on watching. Because at this moment, you are probably solving the wrong problems and look at networking the wrong way. So let's take a look, and there's a good chance that at the moment you're not landing tryout opportunities that are better or higher paid. You also believe that results speak for themselves, right? Just getting more wins, more trophies equals better opportunities. And of course there's some truth in it, but it's not all of that. And also you try to work through teams, players and managers for a network, but that is just simply too slow. You also believe that having more game knowledge is the most important thing and that will help you get to a higher level. And if you have these problems, well, you are probably not understanding networking enough and how to get your career up and running faster. So keep on watching, because you will want to watch the whole video to understand and overcome your limiting beliefs. And at the end, I will set you up with the practical advice that you can start implementing today. So let's begin with the real content, why you're here. So what is networking? Better start off with what networking is not, because most coaches get it simply wrong. So let's take a look at some myths and obstacles in networking that are wrong beliefs. So let's take a look at the first one. Networking is just sending cold DMs to people, thinking that you need to reach out and think of something to ask in a knowingly fake and artificial way. How can you even reach out to people you don't know, right? Seems a little bit iffy, and that is correct. Also, the second point is networking is a competition, or that you feel like it's a competition with other coaches, that you must do it because other coaches just do it and try to do it as well, so you must do it as well. Also, networking is something you do from time to time, you know, in the off season or when you have extra time. But you understand that's not true. Also, you might be thinking networking is what happens naturally and passively will happen, to just be yourself and talk with people who are in your vicinity, you know, who are close by to you. And that is considered networking. Yes, but the majority of the answer is no, not really. And also, networking is about what can I get. So when you reach out to some new people or talk to people, usually people ask for advice and help instead of truly building relationships. Also, a misconception is networking is about who you know, that everyone is within your network for who you can send a message to or call, that they need to be your close friends, for example. All of these beliefs are holding you back because you may think this is networking, but it isn't. So now that you know what networking is not, let me show you what networking actually is. So networking is about sending authentic DMs. So what is authentic? That means that you literally have something meaningful to share with another person that makes sense within the context. Perhaps a common interest or a perspective that you share, or something that surprised you about that person and you want to give that person a compliment, or you know, you are reaching out for helping that person, right? That is also something authentic and a way to connect. Something to genuinely connect over. That is being authentic in terms of networking. This could be a reaction to a social media post, or where you follow up with more questions or have a meaningful and natural conversation through DM or maybe a call, whatever. Also, networking is also something you want to do to dominate the industry. Now, this sounds really aggressive, and it kind of helps you to look at it this way. What I mean with domination is that it's not about talking bad about others. It is not to be in competition with other coaches because they are doing something, you have to do it as well. You can be yourself and just dominate, becoming greater. Because if you become so known and so liked and so trusted and so believe that you are, you know, a good coach, the greatest coach in that specific area, that other coaches, because you grow, other coaches shrink in comparison. So it's about domination, not about competition. That is what domination is about. If you can share authentically who you are and provide valuable insights over and over, you will eventually have no competition. You will dominate that specific area, and you can do that. And that is a healthy, positive, and yes, a kind of aggressive mindset to have, but it helps you to think about how you can network. Also, networking is about also having a long-term strategy. Networking does not happen within a day, a week, or a month. It is something you will want to do continuously. If you only do it, you know, on moments you want to do it, you will notice you will never do it, because as a coach, you are always busy, right? With players, reviews, preparations, or whatever. So having a long-term strategy for networking is key to make it easy and to be able to truly dominate in esports. It also is compounding, meaning that the longer you network for, the more opportunities will come from your network and the more opportunities will be presented to you. And if you have a strategy for networking, your work and input stays the same. And if you be consistent with it, your output, the results that you get from networking, will exponentially grow. And also, in addition to that, networking is also about being proactive, meaning that you will want to look for opportunities to network by looking for relevant social media posts and reply with valuable insights, you know, to all, and also to become visible to others, what you have to say. You want to be a promoter of positivity and sharp insights, being unapologetically yourself. And if you feel like, okay, this sounds really difficult, Donnie, it actually means sharing what you believe and think, just what you are thinking, formulating it in the best way possible. That is it. And when you share your opinions, just make sure you make it valuable for others, and always adopt a mindset of thinking about how can I contribute? What can I give? What can I add to this post, this video, or whatever? Sometimes this is knowledge and insight, your perspective. Sometimes it's just a simple compliment, and sometimes it is doing, you know, on the other end of the spectrum, a lot of work for free. But that is part of network and showing your worth. I genuinely believe in the universal law of reciprocity, is that when you give, it will come back to you in tenfold. So the more you give, and able to give, the more you will get. Where many coaches try to stay secretive about their ways, their strategies, you will want to share basically everything you know publicly. The only thing what is holding you back is your fear of not being accepted or your ideas not being accepted. And if that is the case, congratulations, coach. You are human just like me and everyone else. But you will want to get over yourself. That is also the truth bomb I have for you. And you will want to do it fast, because if people disagree with you, great. And people find what you do is not valuable. Great, because that is amazing feedback for you. You want to test your ideas with the world. And so what others will try and copy you and steal stuff, at the end of the day, they are not like you. So they can't do it like you can do it. Again, so get over yourself and start sharing everything. And you will grow as a coach tremendously in a very short amount of time. You know, as a person, and your network also infinite times faster than anyone else who keeps everything to himself. And the last main point about networking is to adopt the belief that networking is about who knows me. At the moment you are also watching this video, perhaps you and I have never met or spoken to each other, but you are still consuming my videos, right? I now basically have influence over you. And you can, at this moment in time, decide if you like me, value what I do, and therefore, if I do this consistently enough, you decide if you trust me and want to work with me, right? There's no hidden agenda here. That is the game. I have never met you or spoken to you, probably, or if you're watching, maybe some of you have, but many don't. So if you know me, you are also in my network. The same is true for you. So when you share your ideas and showcase who you are, people who you don't know will be in your network. You will be able to influence them, and you will receive more opportunities from that network, from your network, without you even knowing it. And this perspective will change a lot on how you do things and helps you to put yourself out there. So basically, coach, a little bit of mind shift recap. So let's take a look at the mind shifts. So go from shallow cold DMs to authentic DMs. Go from competition with other coaches to domination. Go from short-term and sporadic networking to a long-term strategy that happens continuously. From being passive and waiting for things to come, to be proactive and look for actual opportunities to network. And also from a mindset of what can I get out of this network, to change your mindset to what can I contribute? What can I give? What can I add to the community or the people that I am connected to? And lastly, to think about your network of everyone you know and shift it to a network of who knows me. So it's not about, oh, who do I know, but who knows me? So what are ways to network? Here are a few crucial things you want to focus on in order to succeed in networking in esports as an esports coach. So first, you want to create a valuable personal brand. Basically, it comes down to help people make it easy to get to know you, right? Be visible and make it easy for them to like you and also trust you. You do this by sharing your expertise and opinions on the subjects that you want to be known for, right? If you want to be known for a certain system, then post the hell out of that system in different types of contexts and show the successes you have with it. It helps to choose something specific, also called, a niche, something very specific that you are, known for, maybe a one trick or a specialized skill. So even if you are a coach and will be hired to do everything in a team, you still want to be known for something more specific, ideally. Whether that is a strong will, a leadership that you can bring, maybe your friendliness or your kindness, a structure, a system, your personality, your specialized knowledge in the area, it helps you stand out and attract the right opportunity that fits perfectly who you are. Secondly, you want to identify and connect with the right people. Many coaches stay talking to the same people at the same level as them or below them. And this feels comfortable, and I understand that. But in order to grow, you will want to select the people or the type of people you want to be surrounded with, right? Usually the higher level people have more opportunities or better opportunities. And you could put notifications when they post, get a message, right? To always see what they post so you can react to it. You can be strategic about this. You can also join events they are part of. It just comes down to this. If you want to move up and work in higher circles, be connected to people in those higher circles. Super simple. So if you had 100 points to divide, right, between different tiers of levels of competition, how much of those points are in the higher circles where you want to move up? That is usually a good reference in terms of the work you will want to do or what work is ahead of you and what you need to do in order to change your surroundings and your environment. So next up is to provide and give value without expectations, meaning that you give with wanting something in return. You will want to refuse to have that feeling because it's not working for you in the long run, and you will not allow your ego to sabotage you that you expect something in return. If you give with an expectation, you are not giving, you are just simply manipulating. And this can be a very thin and fine line. The difference truly comes down to your intentions. And yes, you know the law of reciprocity, that people are tempted to give something back to you, but don't give in to that, right? You will want to genuinely care and give without anything in return. And the only reference you have is that when people like what you do, they will come to you and ask for more. And if you give and no one comes back to you, then you are probably not valuable enough for them. And that is great feedback for you as a person and as a coach and as a professional to become better. There's literally no downside of giving. And if you can't give something in terms of like a service or an insight, you can always give your big smile and a compliment, because making someone feel better in an honest and genuine way is also a gift you can give to them. And then if you are networking, you want to be invested in the people that you network with and you're building relationship with, not to be only interested. The difference between the two is the intention and if you are manipulating or not, because people smell that from afar. If you only send a message and connect with someone initially and then the conversation dies and you will never speak to that person again, that is usually you being just simply interested. Just interested in the moment. If you can get something immediately out of the transaction or the conversation. But with being invested means that a week, a month, or a year later, you circle back and ask them how they are doing now, or check in with them about a topic that you've discussed or talked about or had a lot of fun, sharing insights, or that you experienced something and that you thought of them. So you reached out again. Especially in esports, it is so easy to stand out. And if you truly are invested into people, they will be so surprised and they will become invested in you because no one else does this. But if you will, and you do, you will become a very liked person because you are invested in the relationships that you are building and people are drawn towards you. You show people that you truly care and therefore they care about you. And the last thing on how to network in esports is to share your success and failure stories as well with the world. So just be visible and share everything. Share your insights on a regular basis. Give updates and share what you've learned. The best advice I have for at least starting content creators and everything, because you think like content creator or influencer, is just to stop creating content and just simply start documenting your process and everything what you're doing. That is way more interesting most of the time. So many esports people get stuck with ideas on content, how to be creative, how to come across smart, or how to come across at all. If you drop all of that and just share what you do and document it, you will move so much faster and your network and visibility will skyrocket because of it. So remove all obstacles and share your journey. But Donnie, how do I start all of this in a practical sense, right? I understand this, but give me something even more practical. Well, what do I type, write, or share? How do I start in the most easiest and simplest way possible if I'm completely new to networking? Well, coach, you're in luck because here is a foolproof 7-day networking template to start networking today. All you need is between 5 and 30 minutes a day. And of course, you can expand on it. That's your choice. But getting started is the most important step of all. So let's take a look. So starting today, you will follow these guidelines, what I'll be showing you in a moment, to start networking. And I promise at the end of the week, you will have experienced a positive effect that will motivate you to do more of it. So let's begin. Day 1. You want to start by setting your alarm and spend 30 minutes reflecting and evaluating your week. This includes your coaching week and your personal life. You know, everything. Reflect on everything. Why? Because in your personal life, there could be also very important life lessons or coaching lessons or insights that are valuable to others. So write these ideas, reflections, and insights down in the document, or just simply use pen and paper. Then day number 2, read 5 pages of a book or watch a video that is relevant as a coach. This should be aimed to improve yourself as a coach. And now you can ask, like, why only 5 pages? Because when you read a whole chapter, there are usually more insights to choose from, making it kind of more difficult to do something with it, right? This is just focus and keep it as simple as possible. Just take 5 pages and you can do this, right? You can do this, coach. So there's always, at the same time, always time for 5 pages. So write these insights down that you learned from this reading or whatever you watch, and your thoughts on it. Got nothing you can think of? You can also download the free ebook on how to motivate your players from the description below as a start. So no excuses there. Then day number 3 is write a post on an insight that you have as a coach using day 1 and day 2 as inspiration. So start writing a post, make a social media post. So by now already, you probably have choices to make. When you look at your notes, you probably could write 5 posts, right? So start posting from your heart, something that you truly believe is true and something you want to be known for that aligns with your personal branding of what you want it to be. If you want to make more posts, great, but remember, it is only 1 post that I ask you to do. You can always create more. So on day 4, go on social media and comment something meaningful on 5 or more posts in your timeline. This can be personal perspectives on the topic of the post, and try to follow up with the question to keep the conversation going and be interactive with one another, you know, building relationships. So this helps you to be proactive as you are looking for ways to network in a meaningful and authentic way. And day number 5, just simply improve 1 single thing in your social media profile, your CV, or your portfolio. Just 1 simple thing. Keep it easy and simple. Some ideas are simply changing text on what you want to be known for, perhaps only change the profile picture that is more professional and catches a little bit more attention, or express who you are as a coach, your values, your philosophy, your approach, your experiences, anything, and forget about that it needs to be perfect. I said just improve it, not perfect it. If you've improved 1 thing, you are already done for this day. Then at day number 6, send 3 DMs to people that you engage with from your post on day 3 or from your responses from day 4, and send a DM being authentic. Connect on a shared vision, idea, and add something personal to the message and go a bit deeper in the conversation. Ask follow-up questions to keep the conversation going, and your aim is to give value at least 3 times before you ask anything in return. An example is, for example, just to start off with a compliment, give support, or share a link to an article or a guide, maybe a video, maybe give a solution to a problem, give a perspective, give, and then maybe ask something for yourself if it feels right to do. And then at day number 7, you start repeating this template. The more you repeat this cycle, the more effect and results it will bring you. That's the truth. So networking truly compounds over time. And by now, if you manage to follow these previous 6 days, I can guarantee you that you will feel great about your efforts putting into this, and that you also have a good initial conversations and have found success in putting yourself out there. You will have a success experience, and that is important for your motivation. And by now you will feel, you know, the excitement and the confidence that you can do more of it with even more success. That you can now, next week, do it better and improve over time. You finally have overcome the thoughts or the negative fears and thoughts and feelings of wanting to network, but not knowing how to start. But now you are actually doing it. How awesome is that? So you are proud of yourself and feel your goals are now also closer than ever. You can taste victory. So, coach, that is it for this video. If you want more networking tips and become successful, join the Next Level Esports Discord with the link below in the description. Be also sure to like and subscribe if you found any value in this video, and I will see you in the next video, coach. Ciao, ciao.